My dear son, my dear daughter, how many nights have you spent in silence, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders? How many times have you smiled at others while your heart whispered in pain, "I can't do this anymore"? I have seen your hidden tears, the ones you wipe away quickly so no one will notice. I have watched you walk bravely through storms, pretending to be strong, when inside you were crumbling. You were never meant to carry this burden alone. From the moment you were created, heaven ordained that you would walk under divine light, that every cross you bore would be shared by loving hands. But along life's road, the world taught you to be self-sufficient, to endure everything without showing weakness. And so, you began to believe that being strong meant carrying your sorrow alone, when in truth, real strength is allowing love to help you carry it. My beloved child, each time you feel that overwhelming pressure in your heart, that suffocating sadness, it is not a sign of weakness. It is a plea from your soul, calling out for relief. That is when I whisper to you, "Let me carry this for you," because I, your mother, walk beside you in every moment of your pain. When you cry, I am there, catching each tear before it touches the ground. When you stumble beneath the weight of your losses, I reach out to steady you. When you hide your sorrow behind a forced smile, I see the truth written in your heart. Child, I know the loneliness that surrounds you when you think no one understands. I know the anxiety that creeps into your nights, the worries that steal your peace. You tell yourself that things will get better soon. Yet days pass, and nothing seems to change. It is in those moments that I come closer to you, whispering softly, "You don't have to do this alone." You see, my dear one, the enemy always tries to convince you that you are forgotten. He wants you to believe that heaven is silent, that your prayers are ignored. But he fears one thing greatly. He fears what happens when you let go and allow me to help you. Because the moment you say my name with faith, "Mary, help me," darkness begins to tremble, chains start to loosen, hope stirs again within you. It breaks my heart when you choose to suffer in silence. When you wake at night with worries spinning through your mind, and you think that no one sees, I am there, standing beside your bed, placing my hand over your weary heart. I whisper, "Rest, my child. You are not supposed to carry this alone." Because every pain that you keep inside becomes heavier with time, and I long to take that weight from you. There are crosses you were never meant to carry, disappointments, betrayals, regrets, losses that tore pieces from your soul. These were not punishments from heaven, they are wounds I wish to heal. But healing begins the moment you open your hands and let go of what harms you. When you cling too tightly to your pain, it becomes a chain. When you let it go, it becomes a key. The key to peace. You often ask, "Why does this hurt so much? Why haven't things changed yet?" My child, what you don't see is that in your hardest moments, heaven is working silently. Like roots growing beneath the soil unseen, grace is spreading within you. I have watched you become stronger than you realize. Every time you thought it was the end, it was actually a beginning being written in heaven. Your tears have watered seeds of faith you cannot yet see. Let me explain something beautiful, my beloved. Your sorrow has value in heaven. Every tear has meaning. Nothing you suffer is forgotten or wasted. When I tell you to give me your burden, I do not mean that you must pretend it never existed. I mean that I will transform it. I will take what was meant to crush you and turn it into strength. I will take your pain and use it to bring light to others. You see only the weight. I see the purpose. Think of all that you have endured, all the times you believed you could not go on. Yet here you are, still standing. That is not by chance. I have been guiding you through every dark valley, even when you felt abandoned. When your faith trembled, I steadied it. When your hope dimmed, I rekindled it with my love. You are stronger than you know, not because you carried everything, but because you survived even when everything tried to break you. But now, my child, I ask you to stop trying to be strong alone. Let me carry what is crushing you inside. Give me your anxiety, your guilt, your disappointments, your fear of the future. Do not fight me by holding on to the very pains I long to take away. Let me place your heart in my hands so that the fire of God's love can heal every wound. So many of my children live exhausted, pretending to be fine. They hide their sadness because the world says to move on or be grateful for what you have. But I tell you, heaven does not judge your tears. Heaven welcomes them. Heaven knows that your pain is real, your fatigue is deep, and your hope flickers like a small flame in the wind. That is why I call to you. Child, come rest in my heart. Let me carry this for you. There are moments you will still cry. There will be nights that feel long and cold. But if you offer me that suffering with faith, if you whisper, "Mother, I cannot bear this anymore," I will embrace you, and the storm will begin to calm. You might not see it instantly, but inside you, a quiet miracle will start. My peace will enter the places where your worry used to grow. My dear son, my dear daughter, do not be ashamed of your weakness. Even my most faithful children have days when the cross feels unbearable. But I remind you, you were never called to carry it alone. When my son walked his painful path, I walked beside him. I felt his suffering as if it were my own, and I helped him bear it through love. In the same way, when you are wounded, I hold you as I held him, close to my heart. Every burden you surrender becomes a seed of grace. Every sigh you release in prayer becomes a door through which heaven enters. When you allow me to carry what you cannot, the chains of sadness begin to break, and one day, you will look back and see how even the darkest nights were guiding you toward the light that was waiting all along. So, child, close your eyes for a moment. Breathe slowly and imagine placing that heavy weight, those fears, regrets, and endless thoughts into my hands. Feel the lightness that begins to fill the space within you. That is heaven beginning to move. That is surrender taking root. You are not alone. You have never been and will never be. From now on, walk knowing that your mother is carrying what once broke you. Step forward in peace and remember this truth. You were never meant to carry this weight alone. Write in the comments, "Mother Mary, I give you my burdens." My dear son, my dear daughter, how many times have you cried in silence, thinking your tears went unnoticed? How many nights have you asked, "Lord, do you see me? Do you hear me?" You may have thought that heaven was far away, that your pain dissolved into the air, unseen, unheard, unkept. But today, I want you to know a sacred truth. Not one tear from your eyes has ever been wasted. Every tear you have shed has been seen, gathered, and held by me, your mother. They are not forgotten drops of sorrow. They are living prayers that speak when words cannot. When your lips can no longer form a prayer, your tears become your voice before heaven. Each one of them rises to us like a shimmering drop of light. Each one carries your pain, your longing, your repentance, and your love. And I, with my maternal tenderness, gather these tears into my hands, and I carry them to the heart of my son, where mercy flows like an endless river. My beloved child, when I look at your tears, I do not see despair. I see courage. I see the depth of your heart's longing for healing, for peace, for reconciliation. I see the hidden strength of one who still believes, even when everything around seems to collapse. Your tears tell a story of faith, not of failure. They are the language of your soul calling out to heaven. Do not be ashamed to cry. The world teaches you that tears are weakness, but I tell you that they are sacred. Even my son wept when he felt the pain of his children. Even he let his tears fall, showing that true strength is found in compassion. My child, when you cry with faith, heaven bends closer to listen. The very angels draw near, moved by your silent prayer. There are nights when you pray and feel nothing, when you repeat the same words, and the silence seems endless. You think heaven is quiet because you cannot hear the answer. But heaven is never silent. Sometimes the answer comes softly, not in words, but in the peace that arises after you cry. That quiet calm that follows your tears, when your heart suddenly feels lighter. That is me. That is my presence near you, whispering, "My son, my daughter, I have gathered your tears. I am with you." I see you kneeling in your room, hands trembling, whispering prayers between sobs. You look at the crucifix and say, "I don't know what to say anymore." And in that moment, I want you to know, you are already praying. Because your heart speaks beyond language, your pain becomes intercession, and your tears write petitions that heaven reads perfectly. Child, do not think that faith means never feeling pain. Faith is not the absence of tears. It is crying with hope. It is continuing to trust even when your eyes are clouded by weeping. Faith means believing that your tears have a purpose, even when you do not understand it yet. Each tear you shed purifies your soul, washing away fears and false expectations. It opens space in your heart for new grace to enter. It is as if, with every tear, you release heaviness that was never meant to stay. You make room for the divine. There are tears of sadness, tears of longing, tears of surrender. But there are also tears of awakening. Sometimes you cry not because you are breaking, but because heaven is touching you. Those tears that flow when you feel inexplicable emotion during prayer, during song, or in silence. They are proof that your spirit feels the embrace of the divine. That is not sorrow. That is grace touching your soul. My beloved, if you could only see what happens in heaven when you cry with faith. When your tears fall, I take them gently and place them at the feet of my Son. He looks upon them, reads the pain they carry, and transforms them into blessings. From each tear, he brings forth a new mercy for your life. You think you are losing strength when you cry, but in that very act, you are gaining divine strength you cannot yet see. Listen well, my child. Every tear carries purpose. The ones shed for others become seeds of intercession. The ones shed in repentance bring you closer to forgiveness. The ones shed in gratitude fill heaven with praise. Tears are not a weakness. They are the silent language of love, written in the heart of those who believe even amidst sorrow. When you cry for someone you love, that love reaches me. When you cry for forgiveness, I lead you to peace. When you cry from loneliness, I surround you with my embrace. And when you cry from exhaustion, I whisper softly, "Rest, my dear one, I am carrying what you cannot." Never again call your tears your weakness. They are your offering. You do not have to know how to pray perfectly, nor recite words beautifully. What matters is that your heart speaks truthfully. And tears are the heart's most honest words. They are the water that flows when your spirit cannot contain its longing for heaven. You may think your prayers go unanswered because you do not see change, but know this. Sometimes your tears are the prayer that moves heaven to act. Sometimes the miracle begins at the moment of your deepest sadness, when you think you have nothing left, because that is when heaven sees your total surrender. Every drop that falls from your eyes is a messenger. None returns empty. Some carry pleas for healing, some carry gratitude, and others carry love for those who hurt you. I receive them all with tenderness. Even when you cry without knowing why, I understand. I know the reason long before you do. I know what your soul is trying to say before you can express it. There are moments, my child, when I take your tears and unite them with mine. Because yes, I too have cried. I know the pain of loss, of watching the innocent suffer, of feeling the cold silence of injustice. I have cried with mothers who lost children, with sons who lost faith, with hearts broken by betrayal. I know every shade of human pain. And for that reason, when you cry, I cry with you. You are never alone in your tears. But there is something even more beautiful. Just as I share your pain, I also share your joy. After your tears, I prepare the dawn. After your sorrow, I weave the miracle. The sunrise that follows your longest night is the answer written by your tears. The peace that enters when you finally let go, that is heaven's reply to your prayer. So next time you find yourself crying, do not turn away from heaven. Lift your eyes upward and say, "Mother, take these tears," and I will take them instantly, for that is my joy, to transform what hurts you into something holy. My dear son, my dear daughter, you must never fear to weep in prayer, for just as rain waters the earth and brings forth fruit, your tears water your spirit and bring forth healing. The heart that has never cried deeply has never been fully purified by love, but you, my beloved, have cried. And that is why heaven's gaze rests upon you with tenderness. I have seen your courage in the moments when no one else has. I have seen you dry your eyes and keep going. Each of those moments is a victory in heaven's eyes. Every tear shed in faith becomes a pearl in eternity, a sign that you have been refined through love, not broken by suffering. You may wonder, when will these tears end, Mother? And I tell you, when they no longer need to fall, because joy has taken their place. But until that day, every tear will serve a purpose. Each one will carry light into places inside you where darkness once dwelled. And when you stand before heaven one day, you will see a beautiful sight. All your tears transformed into diamonds of grace, shining in the hands of God, because nothing that was given in love is ever lost. My child, today I promise you something. The very tears that fall from your eyes now will become your testimony. What once made you cry in pain will soon make you cry in gratitude. That is how heaven works. It turns sorrow into strength, loss into life, pain into peace. So now, if your eyes are wet and your heart is weary, look upward. Whisper softly, "Mother, take my tears, make them prayers of light." And I will, and soon you will see. Your tears are not your end, but your beginning. You are loved beyond measure, you are seen even when silent, and your tears, my dear, are holy rain, watering the garden of your soul. Write in the comments, My tears are prayers that heaven hears.